language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Rumble Studios version of the Men's Room. Hey, it's the War Room. It's Friday night. It's going to be a good time. I think we do have one person hanging out with us, and that's my buddy. I don't know how to put him as full screen, so we're just going to do so side by side. You guys just look over that way. That's David. What's up, David?
G'day, friends and fans. What's up is my virtual overlays and all that ain't working on Rumble at the moment. I don't know why.
Yeah, dude, it's really weird. Well, could it? I mean, do you have Rumble Premium?
It's not that. It's the OBS driver ain't loading, and I've tried 2 reboots already. I think I've got to just run another update or something.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I was curious. I didn't know what exactly.
I was using OBS virtual camera, and it updated, and then says, "Oh, I recommend a reboot." So I reboot, but it's not loading the driver, so I have to update it.
Yeah. Hey, let's see. We're live on all the 3 platforms. It is Rumble Studio. It is not StreamYard any longer. It's a learning curve, and we're gonna have some fun. So bear with us, because this is gonna be like, ice skating.
Few features missing. Yeah, few features missing.
Apparently, is it paused? What's the deal? Did we crash on Rumble? Like, okay, no, it's going. I don't know what happened.
You know, it
was like freeze. It was frozen for a second.
Yeah. It's weird, but the delay on Rumble is longer when you're using Rumble Studio than it is when you're using StreamYard.
Yeah. Yeah. So, as of right now, everything's playing correctly. So,
yeah.
I don't know where Lape is. He knew that we were going to Rumble Studio. He probably had an issue trying to get logged in.
Well, you don't need to log in. That's the thing. They changed it.
Well, really? I mean, I didn't know if you had to. I mean, I guess you do have to figure out.
No, it doesn't ask you to log in anymore.
As long as you have a Rumble account.
That's the thing. It doesn't identify if you're logged in as Rumble either. They've taken that out. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of news today, which is weird.
I mean, with the YouTube, not YouTube, with Netflix trying to stick a tranny and everything. So we're gonna cross that bridge. Talk about cancel. Was it cancel Netflix? Elon Musk tweeted about.
Yeah, isn't it funny? The left tried to cancel Netflix and nothing happened. Elon Musk says, "You know what? I don't like Netflix's tea issue. Let's cancel them." Boom.
Yeah. And then
they lose 30%.
$15 billion.
Yeah, 15. I thought it was 20. $15 billion later.
I could be wrong. That was a day and a half ago.
Yeah.
So
But it doesn't matter. The fact is, we do cancel culture better, comrades.
yes, because we do it with our wallet. Hey, let's say what's up to Brain Muffin. What up,
Because
dog?
you remember, the left, 20 people watch Netflix on one
Like
account.
you've gotta have your camera on. I think
What?
he's here. He's in the.
Oh,
he's in studio.
Yeah, you need a camera on it. Won't let you join
There you go.
about it.
Yeah, apparently you have to be on a call, like on your
On camera.
camera.
Yeah. You turn off camera.
You're muted.
Into participants.
What's up, dude? Welcome to Rumble Studio.
I can almost hear you.
You can almost hear me?
He's got to up his headphones volume.
Well, I noticed that the Rumble, when I was trying to get connected, I looked at some of my own videos on Rumble, and the volume was way down compared to YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been getting that lately too. I've had to up my volume. The thing is, I up my volume and they tone it down. It's bloody ridiculous. So I have to put my volume at 100% because of their volume cutting.
Yeah.
When they process the audio.
Well, I mean that's normally what I always do. I've always done, my volume at 100 and go off of that. Yeah. Well, I take that back. Mine's at about 50%. If I went
but some of the
I could go up higher, that would be really loud. I'll go back to where I was.
Yeah. I'm like so sick and tired of these automatic adjustments. No, give me control, okay?
Yes. Yeah, I understand. I understand that it makes it a little bit easier for people who don't know what they're doing, but we know what we're doing, and we want.
You should be able to go to the back room, hit turn off auto, and change the settings.
Yes. Indeed.
Good news. They don't exactly say when, but Trump has lit another boat in the Caribbean.
Well, that's good. I mean, I'm sure that's going to take all the attention off the fact of, there's a government shutdown.
Well, the government shutdown asked about people were asking how the shutdowns will affect the drug war. Nope, they ain't stopping.
Nope. Which is good.
Which is Trump ain't stopping either. He's racking up the wins. What was it? 58%. 58% of people blame the Democrats for the shutdown.
I don't know. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Realistically, I guess it could be.
Yeah, I think that's what the YouGov poll had. 58% approve of Trump blaming Schumer for the shutdown. Yeah, you don't ask the ruling party to implement your policies, okay? You lost the election.
Oh, but David, the illegals they're entitled to all that free health care.
They shouldn't be.
That's the problem. People think you're entitled to health care until they get the bill for it and say, but they don't pay their fair share. This ridiculous thing that the rich are going to pay for other people's health care.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course, one of the reasons why America's healthcare is so high, the illegal drugs. Okay, if it wasn't for all these people knocking out every was it the average is 7 times getting a narco revival before?
Yeah. Well, government regulation, insurance, lawsuits, frivolous lawsuits, not, actual neglect and stupidity, but frivolous lawsuits.
Isn't
all
it
that
amazing?
Adds up.
There are people who've been waiting years for medical negligence cases to be heard, and yet frivolous lawsuits churn through the system all the time, and some arsehole gets a $10 million payout for a burn on their leg, and the insurance premiums for everybody goes up to cover
Nope.
it. You
They
know?
just,
Yeah.
they
No.
just act like, oh, that money just comes out of outer space or something. That comes out of
Yeah.
your pocket
Yeah,
and mine.
yet you are, this is the problem, and a lot of countries recognised this a long time ago. How do you compensate somebody so much for one thing? And again, it comes down to the fact that a lot of people don't understand. America's legal system isn't based on fact; it's based on persuasion.
Arguments. Yeah, courts of arguments have been that way for decades.
Yeah,
We don't
and
have
it
courts
comes
of law.
down
We
to
have
the
courts of
fact.
arguments. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes down to the fact that the jury feels sorry for somebody and says, "Oh, we're going to lift you out of poverty," and boom, suddenly the entire state drops into poverty, and they go, "What happened?" Insurance, you bloody idiots! That $10 million comes from other people.
Other people's pockets. Yep.
But we have to punish insurance companies. Why? My teacher said so.
So you said I had that. So what happens if I? Oh, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Can you
Turn
still
off
hear
the
me?
camera, you can
I
put
can
it
still
out.
hear you.
You could still be heard.
Oh, that's pretty weird.
Yeah.
But I don't show up on the stream itself.
No. And you can't use an alternative image, which for some reason right now I can't use virtual camera. Again, I think it's because I updated the driver and it's not loading properly or conflicting with something I got loaded.
That's interesting.
Well, one thing that I've noticed, I've got a little slide, so I mean, I could shut mine.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got a little slide too.
I don't. Listen, me.
Your slide, man. That way the government can't spy on you.
Come and scan your palm print.
Yeah. The government, man.
Well, I unplug my camera when I'm not using it. So
Of course you do. Of course.
Till Toby forgets.
Yeah. Hey, so I the other day I was cleaning up, and I think it was Saturday after coffee and gaming. I think I told y'all that I was going to go outside and work. I had stuff to do around the house. David, did I tell you that?
I'm not sure.
I stepped on a bee's nest, so that was fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That I went outside, like we worked. I guarantee you, we weren't out there for 15 minutes. And to beat all, it was a yellow jacket's nest. Yeah,
that's even worse. That's worse. They aren't bees.
they suck. So
they are bees with the capital B, man.
yeah, luckily, my son didn't get any. He was far enough away.
Yeah, the wasp. They're in the wasp family. That's what I
Oh,
thought.
okay.
Yeah. There.
So I found the nest and lit it
Oh,
on.
there it is.
Lit it up. That's it. Lit her up. Light it up.
It was a good time. It's a real good time.
I
Yeah,
had
if you
one of my
encounter
video-
yellow
hey.
jackets and only get stung by one of them, you've gotten
Yeah.
lucky.
Yeah, yeah. I had.
When I lived on the
I didn't step on the nest. I got close, and I think I got 4 times.
Ooh.
Yeah, 2 on my left arm, 1 on each leg. On the thigh,
yeah.
I was wearing shorts.
At least once a month. I've had to go, well, at least once a month, and I forgot once, and I was going up the backyard to get the ball out of the top yard, and I walked past the tree, and boom, it was full of wasps.
Oh,
I mean, full. They'd actually burrowed in, and they had the whole thing. This
Oh,
whole
jeez.
inside of it. The whole inside it was like, the hollow in a tree.
Yep.
It was absolutely full. It was like meters high. We
Gee whiz.
lit that baby up, man. It burnt the whole tree to the ground.
dang,
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's real
See,
crazy.
white
And-
ants had hollowed the tree out, and because of conservation, we couldn't cut the tree down because was, you know, you had to get approval.
Right.
Yeah.
And they wanted proof that we didn't ring mark it or anything like that, that it was eaten out by white ants. So in the months waiting, wasps had moved in and taken over the whole thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll do that.
And we've just said, got struck by lightning.
They don't need government approval. Screw that.
Well, we've had several trees struck by lightning and burnt, but this one went up, so this thing burnt to the ground, total ash.
Yeah. I've seen some videos of. Have you seen? There's. I've seen. It's been a while. I've seen videos of lightning strike a tree, and it's like burning from the inside.
Yeah, because the heartwood is dead.
Yeah.
The heartwood is.
It's crazy.
The heartwood's dead. The water doesn't travel through the fibrous veins. It's still dead, right? Still dead wood, and if those veins don't have enough water in them, they will burn viciously. That's what happens in California.
So to get on into topics, there's a lot of discussion about Portland, Oregon. What's the deal?
900 arrests and counting.
Good Lord.
The federales are invading.
For what? I mean, obviously, I'm sure it's a bunch of lefty commies that are
Antifa attacked.
Well, that's a sanctuary city too.
Oh wow.
They're effing around and finding out what's happening.
Yeah, FOFA. Yeah, find out.
What is the campaign tag? Well, I'm sorry to derail that, because I do want to talk about Portland, because I feel like there's going to be quite a lot to discuss.
Sorry, Portland's been pushed off the trending list by a incident in the UK.
Uh-oh. What happened in the UK?
A mostly peaceful migrant went into a synagogue with a mostly peaceful sidearm, which is supposed to be illegal.
Oh my gosh, no way.
Anyway, the police got him after he ended two people, but it turns out that one of the bullets actually might have struck one of the injured and caused their death.
So, all right, I'm sorry. I'm looking over here on these campaign tabs over here on the corner here, David.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's advertisement scripts. We want you to encourage your audience to download Rumble app so they get notifications every time you go live. Be sure to let them know when they follow you. It will help remind them when you go live. Also, be sure to let them know the app is available for TVs. So, there's a accept and start.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Why can't I accept it?
Because you've got to have a minimum viewing count of 10 before the scripts start.
Oh. That stinks.
Because they don't count your X views, which I found out the other day.
They don't.
I had 35 live on X, but Rumble said, nah, you got to have 10 live on Rumble before they count the other views as well.
Gotcha.
They don't count your X views, they count your Rumble views first.
Dang nabbit. Well,
is that why when I look at my videos, it says total views, raw views, and unique?
What does that mean?
Okay.
Well, okay. Raw views is how many people viewed your video in total. But sometimes what happens is you get view counts with the same IP. Like you get network view, and what they do is advertisers won't pay for that because they can't tell the difference between a network and somebody just viewing your video multiple times. Yep. So they discount network views. So you can have 30 people at a cafe or in an office building, or even most apartment buildings these days have single IPs, because they're on hubs.
Yeah.
I found out the other day that I have, because I'm on the NBN, I'm actually on a hub with 128 other people. So I don't count, my view count don't count. They don't count because I'm on a hub. They say, oh, that's why everybody's view count's gone down, because they're filtering out views from multiple IPs. Even
that's interesting. I'd like to know where some of my views are. Because some of mine, the differences are only like 10, 20%, but I've got some that are over 50%.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a lot, but here's a video, 38 raw views, 11 unique.
Yeah.
That tells me I got a bunch of people either behind an
networks.
ISP or something. Yeah.
Yeah, networked IPs, which are which are common in apartment buildings, because it's cheaper to just put a hub in the basement.
Well, you probably put a switch and not a hub,
Yeah.
but correct. And because bandwidth nowadays is so high and the cost is so down. Yeah, you could share that bandwidth. And you get a gigabit. You get a gigabit account, and you're not going to download that fast.
Yeah, that's what they do in apartment buildings.
Yeah.
Cheap. You want cheap internet? They'll lock you in at 1 gigabit for $10 a month, and they go out and get $100 account and 128 accounts. They make a small profit off that every month.
Yeah.
Well, it probably pays for the switch, because even if you've got Cat 6 cables, you're not going to hit a server and download at a gigabit, right?
No.
And if you're doing Netflix or Amazon Video or whatever, or YouTube, that's going to cap out. You don't need. Yeah, you could definitely divide something like that by
10 times.
10 apartments, and I'll get 100 minimum of 100 megabit. Yeah.
Just about. Usually they cap out at 128. They probably leave a little bit of sideband for upload. That's it.
Right, but that's okay. You go do a test. That's a dedicated server is in memory. But if you're uploading something or it's reading something off of even if it's an SSD, it's slower than the network.
But if you want better, you pay for it. But if you're just getting free internet with your apartment, which a lot of people are doing, they're not going to care that they're crappy that their upload's crappy, or the best they could do is 500 ms on a Call of Duty server. They don't care because it's free internet. Well, not free; it's on their rent, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah. Well, it's probably going to be crappy though, probably, unless someone is really hogging.
No, I'm not. Most of the time, I'm just saying it's crappy compared to what you would get if you went out and paid $30.
Oh, if you paid the full price.
Yeah.
But again, it's like
they're not going to pay for internet, so why bother? You can give them 128, and they can sit and watch their videos all day, or their TikToking.
Oh, well, you get
nobody noticed.
50 megabit for the most
part. Apparently Free Palestine is trending right now, and Gaza and all that good stuff. So I wonder what's the deal with that. I just shared it on
the usual bots. Okay, half your trending list is made up of bots.
Yeah, a bot. What is that bot forum where they have like a rack of like a whole bunch of different cell phones like lined up?
Yeah. Just your $50 phone. They last for like years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
$5 a month accounts.
Wow.
I mean, like right now, I'm live video. Now, granted, that's okay video. It's not crazy. I'm at 2.5 up and just under 4 down.
Yeah.
What is that? What do you mean?
Megabits. That's how much bandwidth I'm using.
Yeah.
Like internet speed?
Yeah, that's how much bandwidth I'm using to have this chat right now. And I'm the one using almost everything. It's my computer.
Let's see what mine is. All right, so my download is 837, and my upload is 38.8.
837 what? I mean, is that your speed or what you're using right now?
The speed.
I'm talking about what you're using right now.
How do I find that out?
I don't know. You have to. What kind of router do you have?
You need a router. You need a monitor installed on your router to give you the speed report.
Yeah. See, I have my own personal router. I don't.
Oh wow. Okay. Good for you.
Well, when you're a computer nerd, but I mean, I hook my ISPs into that, and then I can control that thing.
Yeah.
But what I'm just saying is, now granted, no, my wife's not here streaming, but I pay for 300. That's the slowest speed I can get where I am, and I'm carrying on a video chat with two people, one person halfway across the world, and I'm barely even using my bandwidth.
Hey, did you hear what I hit?
Nope. Oh, that's good for you, or whatever. Yeah, I can almost hear it.
Christian, really, you can't hear it?
No.
It sucks.
It's like it's coming through your microphone.
Lape, what you really need is a bot farm of phones. So George Soros will pay you $5 a day to trend a hashtag.
$5 whole. Okay, I'll get on that.
Per account.
Each account will cost me what, $110 a month?
Yeah, at $5 a day, which is
like $40 a month. Woo!
Yeah, which is why you end up going to Twitch streamers. Hey, for $5 a day, I'll like your video. Yeah, I'll watch it for an hour.
Hey, there's 7 people watching over on Rumble. What's up? Share it with all your friends. If you go
Did you see what happened?
If I can get to 10, I can start reading campaign stuff.
So you noticed how views went down after US aid was cut?
Yep.
And also with Twitch implemented the same bot. Well, Twitch didn't implement it. Amazon was under legal pressure to cut bots because the same with X, right? X, Facebook, Google have all had to go after bots because advertisers are suing them, saying, "Look, we advertise, and within 5 minutes, all our ads are eaten up by bots, eating the basically." They'll eat your clicks and then say, "Hey, pay us, or we'll eat your clicks."
Eat the clicks.
Well, if you're paying Google $600 a month for for thousands of click throughs, bots can eat that in seconds, and there goes your $600.
Yeah, I could see that.
So as soon as I thought Twitch would only go down a small percentage. No, it went down the worst. All these big Twitch streamers, everybody's known for a long time, it's fake it till you make it on Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
And most Twitch accounts never make it, okay? I've seen it where they have, I got 100 million subs, and how many views? 10. The key Twitch is dying. Okay, it is unprofitable. But that's because the most accounts there are bots. But apparently, somebody did actually break a million paid subscribers on Twitch.
That's a lot.
Well, it is jizzle physics. It is the law of physics, right? The more the jiggle, the more the giggle, right?
Something like that.
No,
that is something like that.
People have long suspected. I mean, you look at the more scrutinized ones, like ABC or even Netflix. There's no way some of these streamers come close to those numbers. You look at your top performing shows like Gutfeld, 3.4 million, and that sounds about right. And then you get some Twitch streamer claiming, "I got 100 million views, man, a month."
Hey,
and it's like,
speaking of ABC,
yes.
What do you think about old Jimmy Kimmel comeback?
He has the right to speak. He has not got the right to be heard.
Yeah.
The funny thing about it is, is his first night he had all these views, and then the second night it was just.
Yep.
But you know what they didn't publish about those views? How
What?
many of those tuned out after 5 minutes?
Probably.
A lot.
Probably, I'd say the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
At least
nobody
2/3
cares.
of them. Yeah. Well, I mean, his ratings were crap to begin with. This is why he got canned.
You have to go to ratings tracker to get it, and it actually shows you like every 5 minutes. It's just going down every 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
People were tuning in to see what he would say about Trump, and as soon as they heard it, they tuned out because that's all they tune in for.
They weren't watching to begin with. If they'd been watching to begin with, he wouldn't have been canned.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The audience he has only tunes in for that 5 minutes of tirade, and then they go back to their bong. You know?
Why am I so blurry?
He is getting the TDS crowd, but they only come for a few minutes, and then they're gone. You know?
Well, they are only for the TDS tirade, and then they don't care about. And my
The
first
rest of the
guest,
show,
who cares?
Yeah, they don't.
First
care.
guest go. The first guest, they're gone. Yeah.
Yep.
So when it comes to his viewing audience, he can't keep it.
No.
If he was a YouTube channel, he wouldn't get to the 10-minute mark, because now not only do you need a video 10 minutes long, for your ad to count, it has to be, the whole video has to be watched up and to the ad and the ad.
And there's ads every 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes
Yeah,
now
dude,
on
it
YouTube.
sucks.
And
Yeah,
I have an ad blocker.
Minimum
and
viewing time to get
and
that
YouTube will
ad
complain
revenue.
about it. Oh, we've detected it, and then it'll give me an ad I can't skip that's 2.5 minutes long.
Yep.
And I'm like,
And they say it was because they paid for it. And you know what I'm finding? I'm finding now is that Democrats pay for unskippable ads. Republicans, they give Republicans skippable ads.
oh,
Yep.
Because they want you to be able to hear what the Democrat Party's saying, and they want you to be able to skip the Republicans because they talk about how bad they are. So when you see a Republican come across, you can't wait to skip it. But realistically, and I mean, ads suck anyway. But I mean, because nobody ever talks about what they're going to do. It's all just about, hey, look what my
the other
opponent
side
is
sucks, and they suck, and we and we're going to do better.
doing. Yeah.
It's
But how?
monkey poo. They're flinging
How?
monkey poo.
By
They're
being
monkey-
there, we're just better.
Yeah. So,
Hey, hold
excuse
on.
me.
Speaking of Democrats, Kamala Harris, you know she wrote a book, right?
In crayon?
What does it say?
Yeah, probably.
Let me guess.
Okay,
the title
allegedly
of it is,
there's a book with her name on it.
Wait. The title of it is "Quiet, Please, I'm Speaking."
Well, anyway, apparently
Anyway,
over at Sky News, somebody actually had to read the whole book, and they found an interesting segment where Kamala Harris has revealed that she berated staff for not adequately preparing her for an interview the night before the election.
dang.
And somehow Kamala Harris thinks this is not only a bombshell revelation, that is something that makes her look good. No, it doesn't. You're prepping the night before. Really, that's what college kids do, okay? It shows your level of maturity. And getting staffers to do the prep work. Hello, why elect you? Shouldn't we be electing the staffers?
Yeah,
Because you're not doing your job. Other people are doing it.
exactly.
Kamala
Exactly.
Harris thinks somehow this is a good thing, telling people this? No, it's revealing what everybody knows, that you can't do the job and you shouldn't have been there. It's
Yep.
not the staffer's fault that you decided to get drunk and show up for the interview late and do your prep work before going on stage.
Yeah.
And somehow that's the staffer's fault? Man, but that shows you the ego, right? That the only thing that gets them elected is flinging monkey poo saying, but Republicans. Yes, Republicans did end segregation. Yes, Republicans did all these things that upset Democrats. But Democrats don't even know why they're upset at Republicans anymore. They just know for generations their parents and grandparents were saying, but Republicans, every time somebody complained about something, but it's the Republicans who did it, it's like, you don't know why you're angry at Republicans. You're angry at Republicans because they don't do what you're telling them to do. And half the time, it's even when they're not in the majority, they're blaming Republicans. You know what I mean? I've seen this when, time and time again, Californians blaming Republicans for everything. You've been in charge for what? Since, they're still blaming Schwarzenegger for stuff,
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
He's hardly a Republican.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Well, it's like people in Chicago. Chicago's been in Democrat rule now, for 100 years?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
70 years continuously, but the Republican was only in for a short time, and before that it was Democrat.
And yet, it's like, no, you
Same
you
with
guys...
New York City. Most of the time it's been Democrats, and for long stretches.
Yeah. But hey,
and they blame Republicans for everything, and you ask why. They just stare at you and you say, it's obvious. No, they're not in charge. I have no power. Are these Republicans in the room with us right now?
Right. Oh, but they're rascally.
Yeah. Yeah. Operation Let Liberals Speak.
Yeah.
But nobody wants to do that.
That's what Trump's done with. Now, I saw an interesting poll, and this explains a lot. Okay, YouGov does detailed polls, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they ask, why do a lot of people don't approve of Trump? 20% say he's not doing enough, but the other 20% who oppose him say he's doing too much. So he can't get that plus 20%. He can't rise above 60 because he's got the 20% Democrats who hate him, and the other 20% who he's not radical enough. You know what I mean? He's not doing enough. So he'll never please the room, right? He'll lose 20% positive if he appeals to the other 20%. Either way. So there's always going to be a 40% against him.
Sorry, one of my dogs making weird noises.
So Trump would rather appease the 20% moderates than go for the 20% of the Republican Party.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Who oppose him. And this is why the Republican Party is in panic right now, because they suddenly realize that if they continue on this, Trump is not doing enough shtick, you'll end up with your seat becoming fragile like Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are looking to Ted Cruz and say, maybe you should be like Ted. Just bide our time.
Yeah. I don't get so Ted Cruz came out the other day and said something about I'm gonna give all my pay, defer my paycheck while the government shut down. And I really wanted to be like, okay, good for you, but I don't like him.
Mm-mm.
No, like I said,
no, I don't either.
He spent too long opposing for people to believe that he's now, like I said, he's just going along, okay? He's just doing whatever to keep his seat,
Yeah.
He's just going along.
Yeah.
Because he's seen Marco Rubio rise the ranks. Ted Cruz missed the boat, Could have been Ted Cruz sitting in that seat, but nope. He had to be a dick and now he's paying the price.
Yeah, that really is.
It'll be a toss-up between Rubio and Vance. That's what it's looking like now.
For what?
Inheriting the throne.
Oh, dude, if it's not Vance, like, we riot.
Yeah.
No,
We riot at dawn.
Saying, you know,
For real,
I mean,
dude.
for a ticket, Rubio Vance, you know, those two together.
Yeah. Vance is the man, dude.
Yeah, I think so. But I'm just saying, from Ted's perspective, he missed the boat. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. He spent, like you said, he spent too much time whining and complaining and going off, you know, on all that stuff. It's like, no, dude.
No.
No.
You joined the McConnell. You were on the McConnell train, and that train is a wreck.
Right.
People are sick of the Rhinos. You know, they know that 20% of the party is never going to be happy, so they've written them off, and now they're panicking because they suddenly realise, oh shit, we're only 20% of the party.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I remember, you know, years ago when I still listened to Rush, you know, people would call in and, you know, and Rush would even complain about carrying the water for the Republican Party. And it's like, yeah, he was a gatekeeper. Well, probably, you know, unwittingly, right?
Yeah.
In that, you know, because if people just left and tried to form up with the Libertarians, and the Democrats would have just won every election because there wouldn't have been a big enough opposition. No. But I remember when he would get all over Bush's case, and Cheney would call him and, you know, basically, you know, and it's like, and Cheney would just lie to him over and over and over again. And it was just like, at what point, Rush, do you tell Cheney to go shove it? But Mr. Vice President, go shove it. And, yeah, I don't know if I stopped listening long before he got sick and was, you know, and
Rush
passed away.
Two advantages.
But it's like, did he ever understand that for the most part, the Republican Party is not an opposition party? It's just there it's a pretend opposition.
Yeah,
the overall flow just keeps going.
Yeah, it's, look, you hear it from Ted Cruz all the time. The best thing we could do is bipartisanship. No, it's not.
Bipartisan? What is that? You know, there's a funky smell in here now. You okay, Dozy?
That's Doug.
He was throwing up earlier today, so who knows? But it's just like bipartisanship's what got us. If we had true bipartisanship, we wouldn't be in this mess because they would really be
one-sided
functioning.
Which is what Chuck Schumer was counting on, bipartisanship with Ted Cruz, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we will vote against your healthcare bill. Now you have to vote for ours.
Right. Well, and then the way the Democrats use that is if they have a proposal and they need 5 Republican votes in order to pass it,
find a few issues,
and they get 5, and then people don't like it or it doesn't work. They have the Republicans voted for it.
Republicans voted for it. That's the argument. That's the Republican argument but we got Republicans to vote for it.
Yeah. So, but it's just the two-party scam was set up to keep the two parties in power.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, actually, originally you had a one-party system, and any opposition party never got enough numbers to threaten the Democrat majority, which is why the majority of your presidents
we had the Federalists and the Whigs, but they didn't really amount to much.
No, because they
Whigs and
mostly were made up of Democrats in the first place.
Well, the Tories are in England.
Lawyers.
Oh, okay.
But
that's right. I don't know what I'm stupid.
What started to happen is you had the Jeffersonian Democrats, who were the Republican, because it was the Republican Democratic Party was the full name.
Yes.
It sounds like an oxymoron now.
Yeah, but it was Republican dash because the idea being it was a Republican form of government with a democracy, if you will, for the voting, not just the rich, right?
Yeah.
Democrat voting, yes.
I want to say it was Andrew Jackson, but I'm not positive. where
Andrew Jackson formed the Democrat Party, but
he's
he was
the first
part of a faction,
full-hearted
that split
Democrat
off.
who were
Yeah.
really, in many ways, a holdover from the Federalists, a strong federal government, whereas Jefferson was opposed to a strong federal government. This is why he was opposed to the Bill of Rights, because he said nothing in the Constitution gave the government the right to do any of the things people were afraid of, which of course they've done anyway. And William Penn and others were like, well, we're not signing on until we have a bit more. That's where the Bill of Rights come from, for a bit more assurances that the federal government's not going to overstep its bounds. And then, unfortunately, when all those guys were long dead, the federal government went, "Oh, we have the Bill of Rights; we can do everything but that," and that's what they started doing.
Yeah. So,
but it was because the Articles of Confederation wasn't strong enough
to privatize sport.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
The main thing the federal government wanted was to regulate citizens, and to do that, they needed espionage on the citizens. Yeah. But the government was already doing that illegally, but they were doing it semi-legally by using private organizations like the Pinkertons.
Yeah, that would have been late 19th century.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pinkerton's late 19th century.
But before that, you had the Black Watch and other organizations, all aligned to different
the Pinkertons are still around too. And then there's wasn't there an offshoot
Pinkertons? Yeah, they're owned by a Swiss security firm.
Yeah,
they sold the last Pinkerton before he died sold the company.
Because if you've ever watched Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, that's who's chasing.
That's who they hunted down.
Oh yeah, we're dealing with Pinkertons on Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yep.
Yeah. Red Dead Redemption is in the point where the Pinkertons started to become a public menace, because win at any cost was their mentality. Yep. You know? They didn't care who they gunned down in the process of bringing in the criminals. To them, it was all just washing blood off the deck, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All a day's work.
Yeah. That's it. But going back to what you said about, the federal government and there was also Jefferson Davis and a whole bunch of other Democrats who wanted a one-party state.
That's later. Jefferson Davis. Now you're talking.
Confederacy. Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah, later. You're talking about Democrats after. After
well, no, it's if you go from Andrew Jackson. Now there was a bit of a split between the Northern Democrats that thought slavery was economically infeasible. They didn't see slavery as in fact, most viewed, many Americans viewed slavery not as a moral issue, but as an economic one. It wasn't until, what's the name of the book? Harriet Potter's Uncle Tom's Cabin, that there already were people who were opposed to it by moral things. Jim Brown and others were kind of the extremists of that. But that's what started the Republican Party comes to light, from abolitionists who start to take it from a more moral standpoint than economic. But the Democrats in the North, this is, I think, why they devised the way things like the Civil Rights Act, although they needed a Republican help for that. It should not have been necessary. The Civil Rights Act should not have ever been necessary, except for the southern states and Democrats in the North. And this is why he had almost 100% opposed to it. But LBJ gets credit because he realized, hey, if this is popular, I can be the leader of this.
Remember, Kennedy promised it, never delivered. Right. And LBJ needed something to take the pressure off him because he was failing in Vietnam.
Well, then re-election in '64, right? So
facing re-election, exactly.
But there had been a Civil Rights Act in the late 19th century that was similar. Again, it was because of poll taxes and all kinds of other shenanigans that Democrats, not just in the South, were the ones that people remember. But again, post-Civil War, who is it that the carpetbaggers are? They're all Democrats from the North, right? Again, they have to control, and eventually they figured out that welfare and other government programs was a way to
to pacify.
People put the shackles on their own ankles and thinking they're getting a deal, and they're just chattel without being called slaves, but they're treated the same way. And it's amazing that it's, to your point, David, it is one party that has this concept. And anything that interferes with that is seen as, and was it 1984 or was it Brave New World?
Brave New World.
No, or was it Animal House, Animal Farm, that where they get was it the pigs that get one of the animals?
Yeah, the pigs in Animal Farm get all the animals to put all the, which is actually, hey, Animal Farm, that incident in Animal Farm of getting you to put all the best stuff into the barn, that's actually what happened in Jamestown under the original Quakers. Yeah,
and they almost died. But what I'm saying is, and they start to view people who want to point out that they're essentially, under, they're captured, right? They're essentially in prison as the bad guy.
Yeah.
Right. If you're pointing that out, you're seeing they get the. I think it's the sheep. They get the sheep to point and say, "Yeah, there's the bad guy right there," and that's what these same organizations do. They get people to.
In '59,
you try to free them, and they see you as the bad guy.
Yeah, in '59, they got Huxley, author of A Brave New World, to speak at Berkeley against authoritarianism and the dangers of suppressing free speech.
Yeah. Well, and that's what it was a warning, because then he came, was it Beyond Brave? What was the follow-up where he basically goes through it and says, this was not a manual, this was a warning.
Yeah, but unfortunately, as he later said, universities used his book as a handbook for totalitarian.
In 1984 as well.
Yeah, and 1984. And yet the BBC scrubbed all but one interview with George Orwell. Now, George Orwell, believe it or not, was a well-known radio presenter who not one of his reels remains intact. They destroyed them all because he turned against them.
Well, yeah, these guys were read in on the plan and went, no, I don't want to be a part of this. I better warn people.
H.G. Wells, A Time Machine?
Yeah.
It's not a romance story or a time travel story. It's a warning about the future and shows you the gradual steps to wiping out humanity.
Hey, David, earlier we were talking about Netflix. As of 9 hours ago, they are $25 billion down.
So I was right when I heard that I remembered that I heard 20.
But their stock going down?
Been going down.
Yeah. Netflix has lost over $25 billion in market value since Elon Musk called them out for pushing radical trans
that
ideology.
Means shareholders have been dumping shares, and the only reason why they to be dumping shares is people cancelling accounts.
Yeah.
Because the only reason why people invested in Netflix was that big revenue stream. It's not like people investing in Disney because of nostalgia, because they get a free visit to Disneyland every year.
Yeah.
Instead of people have invested millions into Disney and never seen a single penny of revenue.
So today, where's 9:30? It opened at, I wish I would have known that he did that. I would have bought puts today. Looks like it opened at, why isn't this giving me, that's just the volume. I want the price. It's over $1,000.
Yeah, it's one of the most profitable companies in the world. They have like a 70%. They have a 70% profit ratio.
So it did drop at one point.
It's ridiculous how much money Netflix
only dropped $20.
Yeah, it's still a big drop, but they have millions of.
But it's like 2%.
Yeah, they have billions of shares. Don't forget, people.
It's 11. Well,
the drop is mostly because because Netflix can afford to. See, Netflix isn't worried because they're buying back their own shares.
Yeah, it didn't even close at. It closed at down 0.79%.
Oh, the usual suspects are at it again. Woman goes on rampage because she didn't get free sauce on her pizza.
Rampage.
The fatigue is real.
Yes, dude, it for real is. It's sad. It really is.
People are sick and tired of people chimping out over not getting a free meal or a free getting something extra, or being told there's actually a plate limit at a buffet.
No.
There was one woman arrested in Florida. She was filling up a bucket at a Subway drinks machine.
Yeah. Are you talking about the one that was filling up a cooler?
Yeah.
She was using a big bottle and just dumping it into a cooler.
The staff were watching, but yeah, police came and arrested her for the police said you were told to leave. That means you trespassed. It's private property.
Yep.
Good. Goodbye.
Yep.
Yeah, once you're told to leave on private property,
they can call the police. Yeah.
They can call the police.
That's why they've been attacking. That's why they've been attacking Starbucks in Seattle.
Yes.
Because Starbucks have been told by their insurance company, if you don't call the police in an incident, we won't cover your insurance. Well, there's no police report, so how do we know you didn't break the window?
Yeah. Hey, earlier I think it was end of last week.
Yeah.
We found out that Trump, Pete Hegseth, all of them contacted all the top brass, everyone, and brought them in to DC.
In person from around the world. 800 command staff.
Yeah.
That's
in
World War II, you had 8 generals.
It was the largest gathering of brass since World War II.
Yeah. And in World War II, it was only 8 generals.
And everybody's speculating, oh, man, it's about to get real. Oh, no, I wonder what's going on.
Yeah, it's about to get real, all right.
China.
It was hysterical.
War. Yeah, it was.
Pete Hegseth stood up there and told them they're all fat and they need to get back into shape.
Yeah.
It was just,
this is Army, not a country club.
The only thing we're declaring war on is woke. And one general went, and everybody pointing them out and did that meme of everybody who saluted Adolf except for that one guy, and all the left were memeing, be that one guy, and it's like, turns out he was like 6'6".
But I mean, so essentially it was just a meeting discussing there's going to be new PT standards. There will be
twice a year annual review.
Yeah,
twice a year health review.
Yeah, and
no more beards unless you're special forces. No more lax uniform code. If you're not in the proper uniform at the proper time, back to barracks. And
that just used to be standard
48 hours.
Military. That was just.
No, he's holding up the code and says, we're going to enforce the code.
Yeah.
Nothing he said isn't in the code.
Right.
It's nothing new. He's only enforcing the code.
Correct.
It's already there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all just standard military stuff that probably since Clinton has been kind of slowly deteriorating.
Yep.
Yeah. And then they say, but Trump is fat. Clinton passed a law that had people discharged from the military for having extramarital affairs. You didn't hold him to that standard, did you?
Yeah.
And the first person he fired was a lesbian. You didn't hold him to that, did you?
Oof.
She would have been the first LGBTQ and first female pilot of B-52. And they fired her. They're having an affair. But of course, rules are for thee.
Yeah,
that's
not for
the
me.
Democrat motto. That's the only thing they stand for. You want to know what the Democrat Party stands for? Rules for thee. That's it.
They don't stand for nothing.
Yeah, except rules for thee.
Yep.
Breaking news, another Trump win. Hamas are negotiating with Trump to hand over the Israeli hostages by Sunday. Or Pete Hegsworth has another meeting with generals. And this time it's in a dark room to talk about dark things.
Oh gosh.
No, he said if you don't hand over hostages, it's going to be game on. Tag, you're it. Hey, it's about time America said. It's about time America made promises and kept them. You know what I mean?
Yep. It's only a threat if you do it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's why Trump. You know who Trump called after that, don't you?
Mr.
Putin.
Oh.
Reminding him that he's only got a few weeks left to make up his mind. Yeah. But right now, Trump is dealing with the Caribbean cartels. Again, it's only
Venezuela, basically.
Right. It's a threat. You know, for far too long, America has threatened and done nothing. And that's why... And yet, liberals keep saying, America's the laughingstock. No, America was the laughingstock. Now people are shitting their pants.
Yeah, they're very worried.
Because now they have a president who actually keeps his word.
Yep.
Smardozer.
Trying to Chesed, you resolved the other day by steaming a warship straight at the Arlington as it steamed past Taiwan. The Americans
how'd that work out for him?
Pointed a gun at him and saying, "Are you going to ram us?" And the Chinese warship slowly turned away.
Are you talking to me? Are you? I don't think you're talking to me.
I think you mean I was talking to the other guy over there. Yeah, they steamed a mile away and says, "You're in our waters," and then steamed away further.
Yeah.
But do you think the leak that China built 36 barges was a deliberate leak or America saying, we know what you're up to? China built 36 barges and has suddenly turned them into car ferries. I think China was preparing an invasion, and suddenly they saw the US fleet and they're going, wait a minute, where did they come from?
Oh, Taiwan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think G's panicking because they got caught blind. They didn't see the American fleet just arrive. Where did it come from?
Yeah, that's weird.
No, I've read about it. I'm going, yeah, that would make sense. If they're tracking every Chinese satellite and feeding them false images, the Chinese are going, wait a minute. They could steam an entire fleet up to our coastline and blind us. We better not invade Taiwan.
Wait a minute.
Might be a bad idea. Might just be a couple of missile boats waiting to launch, and we can't see them.
How do you feed a satellite false images, though? I don't know.
You'd be right up close to it. X-29.
Oh.
Park right underneath it and just beam at 100,000 watts.
Gotcha.
Because in space, it won't cook the spaceship because there's no radiance.
Right.
If you tried to do that in the atmosphere, you'd cook your own machinery, right?
Right.
But you can do it in space because it won't radiate. Remember, Trump revealed that the US does have 3 space shuttles.
Yeah, we got
In
something to
operation.
tell people about.
Yeah, X-29. They have 3 space shuttles operating out of Vandenberg. And everybody goes to the NASA site and says, "See, they're not there. See? And everybody goes, Vandenberg's an Air Force base, not..."
Right.
Idiots. Do liberals actually forget that 90% of NASA is a secret military program?
No, it's just an Alex Jones
Conspiracy theory, right?
conspiracy theory, right?
Yeah. Oh, we did. Remember last week I brought up Artemis and the moon landing? Would you believe right after the show there was a video on it showing the Artemis preparing for its first test firing of its engines?
Oh, yeah, I believe it.
So, yeah. So, if you're ever out there and you never, ever get the news you want, just sit in your microphone and speak for a while. YouTube will eventually catch up.
Well, I tell you what, speaking of YouTube, I've been getting, for the last 2 days, recommended of Taylor Swift, down my throat.
They're paying. They're paying to push
it's
Do not say that word. Now we're all gonna get
the
it.
call girl. I don't even know what the heck
Life
it is.
of a Showgirl. I just saw the thing.
I know. I saw it on X.
Yeah,
and
I'm like
blocked.
the first 5 rows sometimes. I'm like, I didn't care about Taylor Swift when she was singing country music.
Yeah, dude. Hey, apparently yesterday, Trump's DOD's implemented a policy requiring military commanders to identify transgender service members or those diagnosed with gender dysphoria and refer them for medical evaluation that could lead to their discharge from service.
Good.
Yes.
They're mentally unstable. They shouldn't be in the military. Simple as that. Go be a wackadoodle somewhere else, but not in the military.
I'm sending it in Facebook chat. That should be your discharge papers right there. In Facebook chat. That should be your dispatch paper.
Facebook chat.
Yo, somebody just alright, so I'm scrolling X to try to find any news and stuff, whatever. And
yeah,
what?
I sent you a meme in Facebook.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And apparently, I don't know who this dude is. His name is Matt Riddle. He attacked a podcast host mid-interview for a TMZ Inside the Ring podcast.
Wow.
And I mean, it got pretty violent real quick.
Mm.
Let's see how I can. Let's see, share screen. Entire screen. It's all bleeped out and stuff, but let's see. Presentation.
Well, we could stop.
No.
We can stop if you want.
Stop what?
The podcast.
What are you worried about?
I don't know. Okay, whoa. No, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't.
Oh, take that shit off. I'm tired of this shit.
Think is real, man.
Get the down. Fucking stupid asshole. You're lucky for my time.
Well, we could stop.
I don't think that's real. I think that's staged.
Staged.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Because dudes laughing about it.
Put a foot in mouth.
Dudes laughing about it. That's weird.
Yeah, they're all laughing. That's staged. So, speaking of something that wasn't staged, Maxine Waters put a foot in her mouth. She admitted why Democrats shut down the healthcare. Yep. Government. In fact, Maxine Waters admitted that they forced the government shutdown in order to secure healthcare for everybody, including illegal immigrants, because they're the only ones not getting free healthcare in America. Wow.
Yay.
He wanted. Thanks, Maxine. But I think we already knew that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Her constituents aren't going to believe it. No, that's just a.
Oh, they're going to cheer like trained otters. Seals, I mean.
Trump made her say that. She didn't
Trump.
mean it.
Yeah. She's going to say that's Fox News talking point. Yeah, that's all she has to do, and bang,
They're a cult.
Right.
And they're a cult, yeah. Did you watch? Oh, people have been calling my videos fake news. I said, did you watch it? And they never reply, so no, they didn't.
Quite often, yeah, you can tell by the comments people don't watch it.
Yep.
They just heard from somebody, heard from somebody, you need to come over here and put your comment that says you're a lying whatever.
All right. So, Charlie Kirk's assassin's boyfriend may be in protective custody, but not federal custody, though Utah is not commenting on that.
I mean, the Patsy.
Yeah, Patsy.
But Tyler, police confirmed that Tyler did not dispose of evidence during the time authorities were trying to track him down. In fact, they have photos of him at a gas station in the clothes the next day. Same clothes. A lot of people didn't recognize, but I think this is before the information went public about what he was wearing. But yeah, they have traced his getaway route from St. George back to where he was caught. He's wearing the same clothes all the way.
Yeah, none of us are buying the official narrative. There's no way to break that gun down the way they claim. There's no way to get it up there. He's not got it. Yeah, it's a bunch of hooey. And they've cleaned up the crime scene. They've sprayed it down. They've torn up the pavement.
Look,
it's covered up through and through.
I know how this works. Okay, the gun was already there. Somebody had wound him up to basically go up and retrieve it. And then this is what they did with Earl in with the since the MLK shooting. Lots of times, the real shooter gets somebody else to retrieve the gun and take the fall, or their family will die. That's how it goes. Hamas does it. Often Hamas does it, right? A lot of the people arrested in Israel and sitting in Israeli jails are just patsies for Hamas. Okay.
Yeah. And it wasn't a 30-06, that's for sure.
No.
It would have blown literally his head would have come off.
No.
So
it was a it was a Austrian sniper rifle, professional sniper rifle.
Yeah.
5.45. Long distance, hyper velocity. Went straight through.
Yeah.
And then the inside man takes the kill shot photo camera down and disappears.
Yeah. Oh, the camera behind him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The man who disappeared with the camera. And the guy in the crowd who shouted, he was the go guy. He made sure that somebody went up front with the T question, and as soon as the T question was asked, he made a ruckus. Everybody looked, and then pop.
Yep.
Yeah. I saw videos where they trying to say that camera was a hologram. The whole thing was a hologram, and I'm like, you have people rushing the stage from off stage. That's not a hologram, you goobers. There are some pretty realistic holograms, but there's a screen.
Yeah, a hologram that could knock over chairs? A real chair? Yeah. Wow. I want that tech, says the guy who wanted. I want that tech.
Somebody, I've seen a lot of stuff about the exploding microphone.
Not possible.
No.
How?
On here? The one that's on his...
Yeah.
Because that's going to have a recoil, and his shirt does not do this. That thing's still there.
It does go out.
It goes up, and that thing with the clip, that powerful. First of all, there's no entry on this side. It's on this side.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And something here is not going to go around your neck and come in like that. And there's no recoil on that. Plus the clip that was holding that on would have most likely broke. Yeah, there's a lot of goofiness, and I don't know how much of it is just people just doing stuff for videos, and how much of it is, paid for misinformation.
Possibility when he fell back, when he was hit and fell back, his other hand gripped the cable at his waist, and that's how he pulled down his knife.
Well, and I've seen where they've stop motion the video that someone's got the
Yeah.
frame where the bullet enters, and
Yeah.
his side of his neck expands like you would expect. You know, if you look at ballistics gel, because the problem is you need about 10,000 frames.
And
Right,
it was a 545. Yeah,
right. You need about
Not a
10,000
308.
frames per second to see everything, and the
Or
cell phone's not that
306,
fast. So you get like 1 or 2 frames of this. I forget what they call it, the cavitation.
yeah. That's it.
Because I was actually, there was, to me, there was also seemed like there was evidence that the bullet came from the right side and down. But that has other issues. But yeah, I saw the guy the other day I forget what angle, but there's another roof off to his left that
There
that
could have
angle-
been a
the
second.
angle, right?
Yeah.
The angle there actually works. Where that kid is it's 10 degrees, and what we see is not a 10-degree angle entry
No,
on the left side.
Like I said,
It's more like
like I
40 or
said,
something like that.
organizations all the way back to MLK, organizations have been setting up patsies to either buy the gun so they can later have it found with prints on it, because they know the public won't let it go unless they get an answer.
Yeah. And so then it hits his spinal cord, which is why he goes this. And now, to me, the biggest issue that I haven't quite heard a good explanation for is the blood. If his heart was still beating, it would not just pour out like someone was just dumping it out
No,
of a
you would have
jug.
a proper arterial.
It would be bright red, not so dark.
He was.
But
he
if his
was
heart
gone.
stopped
Yeah.
already, and I'm like, okay, fine, but it would have to, I guess, severely cut the spinal cord so that the heart does not get the beat from the brain to beat.
Mm-hmm.
And then at that point, then your pressure just drops, and it's just an open wound.
Yeah.
So and he's leaning that way, so it's falling out of his head.
So yes, I think that's pretty much that. There was no Charlie, you'll be all right. I think they run up and went, oh my gosh, and then basically, we can't have a mass panic. People will scream, people will flood us. We have to get him out of here. We got to tell people everything's okay. They just panicked themselves because they didn't know what to say. They knew he was dead before he hit the ground.
Oh, he was dead when he was like this. If that bullet really hit his spinal cord, and apparently the autopsy, again, no official autopsy, but one of the things that the coroner is saying that the bullet hit and went down.
Why? You know why? Look up the hat. There was an assassin in the 40s used a bullet called the hat. Basically, if the bullet didn't kill you, the cyanide in the tip would. I think it was called the hat. It was a mafia assassin in the 40s.
I never heard of that.
Because that was before they did. Because it was a big cover up in the 40s and 50s, the existence of the mafia.
Yeah. Well, see, that was my other wonderment, is if he got hit something that also had something else to it.
Yeah.
Cyanide takes time, but unless it was just one
OP.
Right, a lucky shot that just, because it's not like the back of his neck explodes out, because if it would have been a really an explosive cut of the spinal cord, we would have seen splatter all over the thing behind him, and we didn't. So it's almost
that's another thing. It got stuck in there. Something like a 30-06.
No, a 30-06, his neck would have been completely severed from his body. If it would have hit, a 30-06 would have probably gone right through the bone and not even done anything.
Okay.
It probably wouldn't have had a time to expand.
And
then the neck's the smallest part of the body, right? You're only talking 4 or 5 inches.
According to blood analysis, right, a blood splatter from an injury is speckled. A blood splatter from an instant kill is thick and smeared and darker.
Mm-hmm. Which is what we
If
see.
he died instantly, which you would actually see, the blood.
And we're talking heart stoppage, not...
Heart, yeah, we're talking the heart stopped as soon as he was hit.
Yeah.
Which could mean... I'm trying to think of what...
Because the girl on the subway, she gets stabbed in the neck, and it's just... And it takes a bit of time. And there's nothing you can do. You can hold, you have to surgically repair that within a handful of minutes.
No, this is... Yeah, you can get bullets. You can get low caliber bullets at high velocity, killing you instantly if there's a number of factors involved, and that is where you were hit at the time. Mm-hmm. If it's called the effect, I can't pronounce it, but basically there's an effect when you're shot. Right, the shockwave that goes through the body. If there's enough kinetic energy there, which can actually occur if the bullet is charged and actually shut down the brain. An electrocharged shock gel could do that. But most shock gel bullets can't kill. But he was killed by tissue disruption at high velocity.
Yeah. What you want to aim?
The cavitation caused surrounding tissue damage, but he was already dead.
I got a whining dog.
Factor is the caliber.
Take him out.
If the
we're not far out from leaving.
Oh, sorry.
All right, I'll just leave so you guys. Whoop.
Very quickly. If the caliber's too high, it would leave a big hole and lots of blood, and he'd die slowly.
Where'd he go?
If it's too low, it would bleed out. He was hit by an exact professional sniper round for that distance. Okay, the Army has a handbook on this. I don't have access to it, so I couldn't tell you exactly what happened, but they say they used a special jacketed round that's designed to stop over-penetration. So it goes in, causes significant damage by crowning. Okay? The jacket literally opens up on impact. And
I'm having the hardest problem with X posting anymore.
What's wrong, dude?
I can't reply to anything anymore.
What do you mean?
Right.
It just says there's been a problem. Every time I try to do, no matter when or what, on
X.
On X, I get there was a problem.
Yeah. X has been doing that too. It's an anti-flooding thing. They try to slow down people from posting too much too quickly.
I'm just posting one reply.
Yeah, I know. It's stupid. X is so bugged.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, Charlie was hit by somebody using a professional sniper round.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about that.
Yeah. But they're saying this is the sort of stuff that you don't find in a gun store. You don't go to a gun store and ask for a jacketed round. They're basically, we'll order those next week. They're delivered by a Fed.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. All right, Blake, you getting out of here?
Yeah, I mean, man, he said that. Yeah, and I said, I'll just
still whining at me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's get out of here. I'm going to set up for coffee and gaming in the morning.
I forgot about that. Rumble, you can only do one at a time.
That's right. Unfortunately, YouTube, I can't. With Rumble Studios, I've got it set up to go, but it won't show up on YouTube that I'm preparing a live stream.
Well, it does for me when I hit schedule.
Oh, like you got a premiere, so it shows, hey, live stream at 7 a.m. or whatever time.
What do you mean? What do I got to do for that?
I just say, when I said at the bottom, it says, hey, what time, schedule. I put in the time and it's got and I've linked to YouTube and I hit the time.
Okay,
I wait
then maybe I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah. Maybe, I'm just saying it might not be working for you, just.
Well, I mean, I honestly, I don't really know what I'm doing, so there's that. We'll get it. We're professionals, we promise.
Yeah, we're professionals, we promise. But see, I'm premiering. That's why I premiere my videos. I don't live stream so much anymore. I premiere my videos
Yeah.
Because if I'm live streaming, I get cut off halfway through, you know?
Gotcha. Hey, we'll be back tomorrow, 7 a.m. Buy David's book, check out Leif's channel, and stay right here tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. for the men's room. You guys have a great day. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good day, sir.
Later, dudes.
Good night, Jimbo.
Hell, I got to go.
Peace out.
Burn in hell, New World Order. Fuck you. You, New World Order. You, Bill Gates.
I love you. You gotta do better than that. I love you.